Hey there, it's Walt. Once upon a time, we told stories about once upon a time. We told them in caves at the dawn of history, around campfires and dining rooms and living rooms, and at bedtimes. We told them at Christmas dinner and at the Passover Seder. Stories, stories, our history, our theology, our genealogy. We told stories about darkness and light, battles and plagues, victories and defeats. We told the stories to remember, to be sure that we remembered, to be sure that our children remembered, that generations to come would remember. That's how we lived until now. Now we seem to forget. Maybe it's because we don't sit around campfires in caves anymore. Maybe it's because the study of history in high schools has eroded. Maybe it's because we tweet instead of speak. Maybe it's because the news cycles spin faster than washing machines. But all too often, we forget. The atrocities we fought against in the Great Wars, the long road to women's suffrage, to the 19th Amendment, the Voting Rights Act of 1965. Two-thirds of millennials can't identify what Auschwitz is. Most young women can't even comprehend the long, dark history that led to Griswold versus the state of Connecticut and the legalization of contraception. I Have a Dream became a motivational meme for successful white folks. Did you know that the hashtag Black Lives Matter go back 7 years? Do we even remember Trayvon Martin, who was shot to death while on his way back to the house he was visiting in a gated community in Sanford, Florida? 7 years. How quickly we forget. Never forget, we said about the Holocaust. Never forget, we said about the civil rights movement. Never forget, we said about Matthew Shepard. Never forget, we said about 9/11. Never forget becomes a refrain after each tear in the fabric of our humanity. And yet, we forget. Maybe we forget because it's way too painful to remember. Maybe we forget because in our humanity, we need to move on. But we must remember. Otherwise we dishonor our history. We dishonor those who sacrificed everything for the freedoms that we enjoy. We dishonor those who suffered and lost their lives at the hands of zealots and madmen and evildoers. In order for us to confront our very selves, in order for us to confront our own failures, in order to teach us that we must become the change we want to see. Those who forget their history are condemned to repeat it, the philosopher George Santayana said. So speak the names, tell the stories, and never, ever forget.